Hey everybody, how are you doing today? It's Heidi Skok here at Skokstudio Vocal Instruction with your Tech Tuesday tip. And we've decided that instead of going live on Facebook with these tech tips, that we're going to make our videos here in the Skokstudio building and then post them that way so that later on we can find them to share again. So anyway, I hope everybody's doing well today. And last week, I showed you a breathing exercise of just getting air in and maintaining the air. And now, today's tip, I want to show you a breath support exercise, okay? I often find that singers are pretty confused with how should they support. When I ask singers a question, what is your way of breath support? What do you do? It's usually a very generalized answer. They just fill up and then kind of feel it there, and then kind of sing. For me, there are a couple of different schools of thought with breath. One is the school of thought where you take in the air and you feel your belly fill out, and you feel these intercostal muscles come out, and you feel some intake into the back. And then you hold it out, and you like to think that there's this big inner tube around you. For me, I don't like that. I've tried it, and I haven't found a lot of success with it, and here's why. Because what happens when we breathe in and we start to sing? What happens? Do we keep the air? Does the air stay out, or does it naturally want to come in? Does our lower ab area want to naturally come in as we're losing air? It wants to naturally come in. So I always found when I had this idea of and then holding out that I was pushing down, holding out, which then made this really tight for me, and the larynx was shoved down. So I was like a Kermit frog kind of thing, Kermity sound. And then tension, and it made my diaphragm really tense. And we want to keep this, the inside of the sternum here, the diaphragm, really loose, like a panting dog. We don't want to be, because again, I'd be locked. So I don't really go for that school. I do go for the school of thought that you breathe in, same thing, where you feel like you're filling out your belly. And yet, when I go to sing, I do a little tuck in, and I sing against that tuck. Okay, so then as I'm losing air, I'm not trying to hold in, but I'm singing against that tuck. And it's just staying against that. But again, it's not locked. So today I want to show you a very effective way that I show singers how to find that feeling. Because my teaching is all about sensation, sensory. My technique is called REST that I have created, Resonance Sensory Tactile. And I'll be explaining more of that in other videos, and explaining, everything that I'm going to be doing here at Skokstudio with the REST technique. But tonight, I just want to show you how I feel that breath support, okay? So I'm going to lie myself down here, and I'm going to use my yoga block because I want to put rest my head on the yoga block like a pillow, okay? I don't want to be like this with my neck. I don't want to be like this with my neck, okay? So I'm just going to be nice and even here on my block. And then I'm going to put my feet up, on the floor, and my knees up like this. I'm going to take my binder, and this is a big binder. So I'm going to put it this way. Okay, and I'm going to have my binder against me here. And I'm going to put my hands on top of the binder, okay? And then I'm going to breathe in through my nose. I want to breathe in cold air, not hot air through the mouth, okay? So I'm going to breathe in, and when I breathe in, my belly is going to go up to the ceiling, up to the lights, okay? And then you'll see that you should have seen that my binder went up, okay? Now it's up there. Now I'm going to exhale cold air through like I'm blowing out a birthday candle. Never, because that blows hot air over the throat, and it's so exhausting on the cords. We don't want to do that, okay? It's really drying too. All right, so when I breathe in, my binder's going to go up, and then when I breathe out, it's going to come sink back down slowly, okay? So let's do like 3 of those, in through the nose and out through the mouth. And I'm going to do it at my own pace, okay? And then you do it at your own pace. Okay. Now notice when I'm doing that, my shoulders are staying still. My back is staying flat against the floor. The small of my back is tucked into the floor as low as I can get it. So the only thing that's moving up is this binder, my lower abs, below my navel, okay? So then, let's add, I'm going to take this away now. So, well, actually, no, I want to show you what's going to happen now. So when we go to engage, it's just easier for you to see it when I have the binder here. When we go to engage the sound, we're going to breathe in. And then when I go to sing, it's like somebody puts their foot down, like somebody's going to step onto my binder, okay? And I have to resist that. I have to resist that binder, but I'm not locked. I'm not, you know, I'm not totally doing what I do. If I were to do a sit-up, I would be taking it from here, okay? So I'm not going to engage fully in like a sit-up crunch, but I'm going to be against this binder. And it feels like somebody's going to take a step on me, okay? The second I go to make the sound, I've engaged against this binder. And I stay engaged until I'm done with the sound completely. Then I release it. And so what you're asking is the release then. How do you release it? Well, the release is the next inhalation in. Okay? So, and I can do that on all kinds of combinations, all kinds of, you know, exercises, but I just wanted to show you that ma'i tonight. But you're going to stay against the sound. Like if this was the air and this hand is the sound, I'm going to stay on that air. Okay, that's what I do when I engage. And let me show you from the side here, okay? So if I would be like I had the binder here, I'm going to breathe in. My belly gets bigger, rounder. Then I go against. So I'm always thinking that I bring my air towards me and never, this way blowing air out to the audience. I bring the audience, the breath, into me, if that makes sense. And I feel this sensation. I know exactly where I'm breathing by how it feels. I've memorized all of these sensations. Okay, that's my tip for tonight. I'm so glad you joined me, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Take care. Lots of love.